Hi, everyone. This is Amanda Mundo, co-organizer of the Soulful Entrepreneur Summit, which is happening January 25th through the 29th of 2021. Today, I am so excited to be joined by Dr. Jenny Morse, founder of Appendance. I'm sorry, I said that wrong. Appendance. Okay, I can totally cut this out. Okay. Let me start over. Today, I'm excited to be joined by Dr. Jenny Morse, founder of Appendance, for a Summit Speaker Spotlight interview so that you can get to an insider's peek into the amazing people who are involved in the summit and get to know them a little better. Jenny will be joining us on day number 3 of the summit on our Soulful Messaging panel. So with no further ado, let's dive in. Thank you so much for being here, Jenny. And just to get us started, please introduce yourself and your business.
Thanks, Amanda. So I started Appendance in 2015 as a business writing consulting company. I teach business writing and communication at Colorado State University. And so I work with undergraduates, training them to write professionally, which means essentially teaching them like, what is an email? What is a memo? What is a letter? And why are those things different? And so I was tapped to help train some employees at businesses in 2015, and that sort of grew into the company that I have now, where I have about 40 clients around the country that I offer training for, and I have an online course that hopefully will evolve into some more online courses where it's independent work with coaching support to help people develop their writing skills, since writing is such an important part of our daily communication in our professional world.
Oh my gosh, it's so important because, I mean, just one slip of the comma or too many capitals can say a whole different story. So I completely understand. Yes, I respect this so much. So to you, I mean, with the unique name of our summit, what does it mean to be a soulful entrepreneur in your words?
I think the connection that I had with the summit and the word soulful is everything that I teach has to do with audience, with being other focused. And I really think that when we're soulful, it's knowing ourselves sort of at a genuine and sincere level, but being able to then show that to other people in a way that makes them feel comfortable and seen at the same time. And in my business where I'm training people to write professionally, it might seem from the outset like, well, how does that align? Well, because most of us have been taught to write. All of our training in writing teaches us to get our ideas out of our heads and onto the paper. And that is obviously a really important skill. You can't write if you can't transfer the ideas from inside to outside. But that's what most of our writing education focuses on, is how do you get the ideas out? What I teach people is, now that those ideas are out, how do we craft them so that the person who's going to receive them understands what we're saying and feels good about what we're saying? So things that we're framing our work requests as like, I need this, or I want this, or I wanted to let you know that. And all of those statements are I focused. They're talking about what's going on inside of my head. And what I want to teach people is to say things about what focusing on the other person. So could you get this to me? Or have you had a chance to look at this? Or just checking to see if you received, and changing the way we frame the same kinds of requests. So the content isn't different, but the way that we say it should show more focus on the other person than on ourselves. So that's what I think of as being the soulful piece, is like really getting in touch with, where am I focusing too much on myself in my writing, and where can I use strategies to change that so that I'm focused, I'm showing the other person that I care about them, even as I'm writing this professional message.
Wow, that is so amazing. You just brought it to a whole nother level for me, because I was like, oh, maybe a comment, but it made me reflect on just this, made me reflect on what is it that I am, how am I writing to people? How's my message coming across, right? Mm-hmm. So this is amazing. Yes, thank you. Just look, gave us some golden nuggets there, and that's amazing. Thank you. So this is fun. So in addition to sharing during the summit how to be a more soulful entrepreneur, we want to also highlight the importance of joy and fun. And so we, as part of the application process, we asked all of our speakers to share their go-to song so that it helps, the song that helps them get energized, they're pumped up. And what is your go-to song?
I answered Bulletproof, which I find myself singing loudly around my house when I'm like cleaning, which is usually a procrastination technique. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love that song. And you know, it's so one thing that everyone who's watching here today, what they may not know, if you come to the summit and you will get your tickets, you will actually get a playlist of all of our speakers' songs so that you can also get pumped up and sing it loudly and have a grand time and have, you know, a playlist that's inspirational and that's going to get you pumped up, ready to just run with 2021. So I'm excited about that. So what are you excited most about sharing at the summit?
I get excited about so many things and whatever comes up. Mostly, my entire business is around the idea that I read a lot of books, and all in the same field, writing, communication, things like that. But then I think that things are super fascinating. And so people will say like, well, what do you think is the best greeting in an email? And I'm like, oh, I read so much stuff about that. Like, let's talk about how fascinating this is. And I get really excited about sharing, like everyone has to write, and most of us adapt our writing to the people around us. So as professionals, again, we've gone into whatever business, whatever organization, and we took our writing skills and we looked at the messages we were getting and we started writing like those people. And you don't really know if that's the right way to write. And so most of what I get excited about for these kinds of things are not what I'm presenting, but what questions I get that I can help answer, right? So what are people thinking about? What are people interested in or anxious about? What kinds of things can I share that are going to make them better communicators who get their messages read by other people and get the responses that they want to grow their businesses?
Oh my gosh. It's so true that we share, right? We pick up things along the way and then we start using them and we don't even know that, you know, this may not be the right thing. We just start picking things up. And if you're not staying up with it, that's why, you know, a person like you is so very needed so that we could say, oh, well, let me brush up on my writing skills, because you really don't think about it until someone like you says, hey, you know, you may have picked some stuff up along the way that may not be communicating the way that you want to.
That happens a
That's
lot.
amazing.
Yeah, I have some people were asking recently, is it okay to start a message with, hey? Is that an okay greeting? And I won't bore you with it all now, but hey used to be something we said to horses. No, hey was hi and hi was to horses. And then we switched it. And so now technically it is not okay to use hey in a message to somebody that you don't know because it's too informal. And so that's a lot of what I talk about is how we navigate the social rules that are related to writing. So when you know somebody, you're going to do different things than when you don't know somebody. And we have to be really conscious of those choices because even though so much of our social interaction is not formal, we still have to navigate these various teeny tiny degrees of informality. Hi is acceptable professional. Hey is not acceptable.
That
Why?
makes sense. Oh my gosh. But that's what it is. So, okay. No, completely understandable. So, you know, we love to interject a little fun into everything that we do. If you've met Allison and I, we are definitely upbeat. I know it's been kind of up until now, it's been like, hey, let's get all these things together. But now let's have some fun. I'm going to give you some rapid fire questions and you give us your first answer that pops up in your mind. Are you ready?
Ready.
Okay. Sunrise or sunset?
Sunset.
Yes. Beach or mountains?
Mountains.
Oh, yes. Favorite book you read in 2020?
I tried to read 50 books in 2020, so I don't know what my favorite is, but I finished The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern, and it was so beautiful.
Oh my gosh, that sounds so interesting. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Magic and clowns and fantasy. It's crazy. It's so good.
Oh my gosh. Yes, definitely for the fantasy buffs. That sounds amazing. Biggest takeaway from 2020?
Rest.
Yes. So simple yet so powerful. Yes.
I was burned out before we hit quarantine March 12th. I was so exhausted. I was on the verge of a breakdown. COVID kind of
Mm,
saved my life in a
yeah.
weird.
Yeah. No, a lot of us can say that. I'm a mom of, 4. We have a family of 6 and running a business, doing the things everyone, I don't know if you remember, but everyone thought, 2020 was the year, right? Everyone's going to push. 2020 was a big push, and it ended up being the big rest. And I really am, just, yeah, it did. I think it saved a lot of us. So, but as unfortunate as the situation is,
Right.
lives were lost, and, I just, my heart goes out to those people, but definitely.
Yeah. But it was an opportunity to learn about ourselves. And I think I just realized how important that balance is and how much more
Mhm.
successful I can be if I really hold on to that balance better.
Yes, yes. Wow. Thank you so much, Jenny. What an amazing interview. I appreciate you. I'm so happy that and honored that you are going to be a part of our summit. To all of our viewers out there, if you haven't secured your ticket, I mean, this is just going to be phenomenal. We have so much knowledge, so many resources and tools that are going to be available for this summit. So the link is definitely in the caption of this video. And I just ask you guys, we have free limited tickets. Make sure you get, if anything, get a free ticket. You are going to hear Jenny speak. She's going to be on our panel, and she's going to be able to offer up her all of her expertise. And so, and also we have our all access pass. Depending upon when you watch this video, I'm not quite sure what the amount is, but I know right now it's on sale. So make sure that you grab your ticket, come and check us out. We are here to uplift, inspire, and motivate entrepreneurs in 2021. This is going to be the time for us to actually hone in everything that we've learned in 2020 and just bring it to life. And I'm just so excited. Thank you again, Jenny, for being here. And I appreciate you. And yeah, excited to see you in our summit.
Thank you, Amanda. It was great talking with you today.
Same here. All right, everyone. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.